The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the small town of Maplewood. It was just another ordinary day, but for those who knew Sarah Britery, it would be anything but. The coffee shop buzzed with the usual chatter, the smell of freshly baked pastries weaving through the air like a comforting hug. "Can you believe what they're saying about Sarah?" Emma leaned in closer to Rachel, her voice barely above a whisper. "Shh, not so loud," Rachel replied, glancing around. "You think someone might hear you? Who cares? Everyone is talking about it. I mean, faking your own death? That's insane." "Right? But what if it's true?" Rachel's eyes widened. "I heard from Mrs. Thompson that she left a note for her husband." "A note? What did it say?" Emma leaned in, her curiosity piqued. "Just that she needed to escape. She felt trapped, like she couldn't breathe." "Sarah? But she had a good life, a husband, a nice house, a kid." "Exactly. That's what makes this so bizarre." Rachel shook her head, her ponytail swishing back and forth. "Why would she do it?" "I don't know, but I want to find out," Emma said, her resolve hardening. "Let's go to her house. Maybe we can find a clue." "Are you crazy? What if her husband is there? He's probably a wreck." "Even more reason to go. We can help him." With a shared glance of determination, the two friends pushed through the door of the coffee shop, the bell above jingling as they stepped into the late afternoon sunlight. "Do you think he's home?" Rachel asked, biting her lip nervously as they approached the Britery front porch. "Only one way to find out," Emma said, knocking firmly on the door. "Should we knock?" Rachel hesitated, glancing back at the street. "Of course we should. We need answers." Emma knocked again, louder this time. After a moment, the door creaks open. Mark Britery stood there, his eyes red-rimmed and weary. "Can I help you?" he asked, his voice hoarse. "Mark, it's us, Emma and Rachel. We heard about Sarah. We just wanted to see how you're doing." "Not great," he muttered, stepping aside to let them in. "What do you want?" "Just to talk," Emma said softly, her heart aching for him. "We were wondering if you could tell us what happened." He ran a hand through his hair, letting out a shaky breath. "I don't know what to say. One day she was here, and the next, she was gone." "Did she leave anything? A note? A message?" Rachel asked, hoping to pry deeper without pushing too hard. "Just that stupid note," he said, his voice rising. "She said she needed to be free, that she couldn't keep living like this." "What does that even mean?" Emma asked, puzzled. "I don't know," Mark shouted, frustration evident in every line on his face. "She had everything, a family, a home. I thought she was happy." The room fell silent, the weight of his words hanging in the air. "I saw her last on Tuesday," Mark continued, his voice quieter now. "We had a fight. I thought it was just one of those things couples go through." Rachel exchanged a glance with Emma, sensing this was the heart of the matter. "What was the fight about?" Rachel asked gently. "Nothing important," he said dismissively. "Just stupid stuff." "Mark, it's okay to talk about it," Emma encouraged. "Sometimes it helps to get it out." He took a deep breath, his shoulders slumping. "I told her she wasn't pulling her weight, that I was tired of doing everything alone." "Did she seem upset?" Rachel pressed gently. "Of course. But I didn't think it would lead to this. I thought we could work it out." Emma leaned forward, her expression earnest. "What if she felt like you didn't care?" Mark's eyes narrowed. "I cared. I still care. I just—" "Maybe she needed to hear that," Rachel suggested, her voice soft. "Sometimes people need reassurance." "Do you think she's really gone?" Mark asked, his voice trembling. "I don't know," Emma said honestly. "But if we can figure out why she did this, maybe we can help." "We?" Mark scoffed. "You think you two can help? You don't know anything about our life." "We know more than you think," Rachel replied, her tone firm. "You're not alone in this, Mark." Mark looked at them, uncertainty flickering in his eyes. What do you mean? We've seen how you two interacted, Emma said, choosing her words carefully. There were signs, weren't there? What signs? He asked defensively. Like the way she looked at you when you were distracted, Rachel pointed out. Or how she sighed when you brought up your work. She was unhappy, Mark. Maybe, he conceded, rubbing his temples as if trying to dispel a headache. But I didn't think it was that serious. Do you have any idea where she might have gone? Emma asked, changing the subject before it spiraled back into blame. I don't know, Mark replied, frustration creeping back into his voice. She didn't leave a trail, just vanished. Rachel looked around the room, her gaze landing on a framed photo of Sarah and Mark, smiling at a beach. What about her friends? Did she mention anyone? Number she cut off most of them, he said, bitterness creeping in. I thought it was just a phase. I think she was isolating herself, Rachel said, her heart racing. We need to talk to those friends. They might know something. Mark shrugged, looking defeated. Go ahead. But I doubt they'll know anything. She was so secretive. Maybe, but it's worth a shot, Emma said, standing up. We'll do the digging. You just take care of yourself, okay? He nodded, lost in thought as they walked toward the door. Mark? Emma turned back. We're here for you, no matter what happens next. As they stepped outside, Rachel turned to Emma. Do you really think we can find her? We have to try, Emma replied, a fire igniting in her chest. If she's out there, we'll bring her back. That evening, they found themselves at the town's community center, a place where the locals gathered for events and classes. Excuse me, Emma called to a woman organizing chairs. Have you seen Lisa Johnson around? Yeah, she's in the back, the woman replied, gesturing. Thanks, Rachel whispered, leading the way. They found Lisa in a quiet corner, her fingers flying over her phone. Hey, Lisa, Emma called, her heart pounding. The woman looked up, her expression shifting from surprise to concern. What are you two doing here? We need to talk to you about Sarah, Rachel said, urgency in her voice. Lisa's face paled. I don't want to talk about her. It hurts too much. We know, Emma said gently, stepping closer. But we need your help. Mark is lost without her. Why would I help him? Lisa snapped, anger flaring in her eyes. Because Sarah wouldn't want this, Rachel interjected. She wouldn't want you fighting. Lisa looked torn, her lips pressed together tightly. Fine. What do you want to know? Did she ever mention anything about leaving? About being unhappy? Emma asked, her tone softening. Yeah, she did, Lisa admitted, her voice dropping. But I thought it was just talk. I didn't think she'd actually do it. What did she say? Rachel pressed. She said she felt like she was drowning, Lisa confessed, her voice trembling, that no one understood her. Emma felt a chill run down her spine. Did she mention anywhere she might go? Not really, but she talked about wanting to start fresh, away from everything. Lisa said, her eyes clouding with regret. Do you think she's okay? Rachel asked, concern etched on her face. I hope so, Lisa replied, her voice breaking. But I can't shake this feeling that she's in trouble. As they left the community center, Rachel's heart raced with possibilities. What if she's somewhere nearby? Or somewhere we'd never think to look, Emma replied, determination etched on her face. We have to keep searching. Days turned into a week, and the town buzzed with gossip about Sarah's disappearance. Emma and Rachel continued their quest, interviewing anyone who might have known her. Did you hear? They found her car abandoned near the lake, a man whispered to his friend at the diner. Really? What did the police say? I heard they're looking into it, but why would she park there? Emma's ears perked up. Did you hear that? Rachel nodded, her expression serious. We need to check it out. They arrived at the lake just as dusk settled in, the water shimmering under the waning light. Look, Emma pointed. That's her car. The vehicle sat alone, surrounded by trees, its paint chipped and faded. "Should we go closer?" Rachel asked, unease creeping into her voice. "Absolutely," Emma replied, stepping forward. As they approached, the air thickened with tension. "What if she really did something?" Rachel whispered, fear creeping into her tone. "Then we'll figure it out. Together," Emma promised, her heart pounding. They reached the car, peering through the windows. Inside, bags sat haphazardly as if left in a hurry. "Look," Emma said, pulling a small notebook from the passenger seat. "This is hers." "What does it say?" Rachel asked, her eyes wide. Emma flipped through the pages, skimming the messy scrawl. It's filled with thoughts about feeling trapped, how she wished she could be someone else. "Let me see." Rachel reached for the notebook, her heart racing as she read. Oh my God, she was really in pain. "Wait, there's more," Emma said, turning the page. She wrote a list of places she wanted to escape to. "Where?" Rachel leaned closer. "Here, the old cabin by the woods. It's been abandoned for years," Emma said, her heart racing. She must have thought it was a safe place. "Then let's go," Rachel urged, her eyes sparkling with urgency. "We have to find her." They drove through the winding roads, the trees looming like giants on either side. The cabin loomed ahead, its silhouette dark against the moonlit sky. "Do you think she's really in there?" Rachel asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Only one way to find out," Emma replied, her grip tightening on the steering wheel. As they stepped onto the porch, creaking underfoot, Emma felt a mix of dread and hope. "Sarah," she called, her voice echoing into the stillness. "Are you here?" Silence. "Maybe she's not here," Rachel said, biting her lip nervously. "Let's check inside." Emma pushed the door open, the hinges protesting with a loud creak. The interior was dark and dusty, the air thick with the scent of mold. "Sarah!" Emma shouted again, her heart racing. "It's us!" Rachel moved deeper into the cabin, her fingers grazing the worn furniture. "What if she's hiding?" "Or worse," Emma whispered, anxiety flooding her senses. Just then, a soft sound emerged from the back room, a muffled sob. "Sarah?" Emma's heart raced as she rushed forward, Rachel close behind. They entered the small bedroom, and there she was. Sarah sat on the floor, her knees drawn to her chest, tears streaming down her face. "Sarah?" Rachel cried, rushing to her side. "What happened?" "I can't do this anymore," she sobbed, shaking her head. "I thought I could escape, but it's all too much." Emma knelt beside her, wrapping an arm around her shoulders. "You're not alone. We're here for you." I didn't know how to ask for help," Sarah admitted, her voice breaking. "I just wanted to be free." Rachel took a deep breath, her eyes filled with compassion. "You don't have to run away. You can talk to us. We'll help you." "I thought I'd be happier," Sarah whispered, her voice cracking. "I didn't mean to hurt anyone." Emma squeezed her hand, her heart aching. "You didn't hurt us, Sarah. You scared us, but we can work through this together." "I don't know if I can go back," Sarah said, her voice trembling. "You can," Rachel said firmly. "We'll be there with you every step of the way." As Sarah looked up, her eyes were filled with uncertainty but also a glimmer of hope. "Really?" "Absolutely," Emma assured her, feeling the weight of their shared struggle lift just a little. "You're not alone anymore." The three of them sat in the dim light of the cabin, the air thick with unspoken promises and newfound strength. They had faced the darkness together, and now they would walk toward the light, hand in hand. In that moment, the world felt a little less daunting, and the bonds of friendship shone brighter than ever.